probably been the most effective quarterback of any in the conference, to be honest with you. He's thrown the ball 152 times and only had 5 interceptions. That's phenomenal.
Phenomenal, and here is the showdown. Arkansas against SMU. That's live coming up just about 10 minutes from now. Jim Simpson and Paul McGuire are standing by for an update on tonight's action. Gentlemen.
Thank you, George. As this game is about to begin, there are 5 possibilities of how the Southwest Conference champion can be decided, and the Cotton Bowl will be decided to play Boston College. I won't give them all 5, but if Arkansas does win tonight, Paul, they are in the driver's seat. Can Arkansas beat a much bigger SMU team? They are the slight underdog.
Well, Jim, I'll tell you, I think Arkansas, they can win if they keep their defense off the field. Now, naturally, someone's going to say, well, yeah, if the offense is on, they're going to score. The reason I say that is because they're giving away almost 40 pounds per man to the offensive line of SMU. So they must stay off the field because in the fourth quarter, they will wear the defense out.
Well, the story again, and we'll give you all the possibilities when we come back with the game between Arkansas and SMU. But as we go away, if Arkansas wins tonight, they will be in the driver's seat for the Cotton Bowl. And yes, SMU has a chance for the Cotton Bowl too. And there's more. We'll give you more, but now let's go back to George Grand.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be filling you in on the perplexing situation in the Southwest Conference all evening long this week and also next week, because next week will still be very much a part of the picture. Texas is still alive. Houston is still alive. Arkansas is still alive. And SMU is still alive. So the Longhorns game next week against Texas A&M, Saturday night, December the 1st, 7:30 Eastern Time live. You'll see it on ESPN. It's an important one. That's next Saturday on your source for sports.
We will take a look at the bowl picture. Again, the bids have been out now for about 90 minutes, but there are still some open spots on the big bowl board in the sky. Witness the Cotton Bowl perplexities, and we'll take a look at all the bowls and then send you back to Irving, Texas for that biggie tonight after this word.
Yards per carry. But Atkins shares his tailback position with Reggie Dupart, who is closing in on his second 1,000-yard season in a row. Dupart averages nearly 6 yards a carry and has rushed for 11 touchdowns. But Raven Caldwell of Arkansas leads the conference's best rushing defense. Caldwell himself has 10 tackles for losses, 5.5 sacks, and has broken up 7 passes. Strength against strength tonight. Arkansas and SMU. At stake could be a trip to the Cotton Bowl. Welcome to the land of opportunity, Texas Stadium. Opportunity for Arkansas and or SMU to go on to the Cotton Bowl, believe it or not. And good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Simpson. Before this afternoon's scores, and you're looking at the scores now, it looked as though Arkansas and SMU would never have a chance to go to the Cotton Bowl. But Baylor upset Texas. Texas A&M took TCU, and Houston won over Texas Tech. And where there were 26 possibilities before, there are now 5 possibilities. Bear with me. I'll run them by for you just once. But yes, we will repeat them again as the game goes on and the score dictates. Arkansas by winning tonight. If Texas and Houston win next week, Arkansas, Paul, would go on to the Cotton Bowl. That's 1. SMU, if they win tonight, and Texas and Houston both lose next week, SMU can go. Texas can go if Arkansas loses tonight and Houston loses next week. Houston can go if Arkansas loses tonight and Houston beats Rice next week. And if there's a tie tonight, Houston can go by beating Rice next week.
You have a feeling we were reliving something about a week ago? We were doing the same thing with Auburn and Georgia. Of course, they didn't know because of Florida whether they were going to be suspended or not. It's amazing, and I said this a week ago. I said, if you're talking about that game, then you just put down the sugar bowl and you put the score up and you let it go. Same thing here with the coaches, Jim. Just take a bale of cotton and set it down in front of Arkansas and SMU. The coaches don't have to say anything. They now know how important this game is. We've been lucky.
We have been lucky, and they can get lucky. And it could mean the Cotton Bowl for either Arkansas and SMU tonight. Tonight's game, an important game, brought to you by Budweiser. For all you do, this one's for you. And by the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start. And this Razorback from Arkansas must have just heard that if Arkansas wins tonight and Texas and Houston next week, Arkansas will go back to the Cotton Bowl. Meet the coaches in a moment. "20 years ago, Ken Hatfield was a top punt returner in the nation for Arkansas. Last year, Ken Hatfield was the head coach at the Air Force Academy. He's gone back to his alma mater. He has put in the #1 rushing defense in the Southwest Conference with a very, very small line, comparably speaking. We said, how about your small line against SMU's big line?
No doubt about it. Our defense has come on to be the best that I've been around in football, really. Fred Goldsmith and his staff have done an outstanding job, and the strength of our defense is in total team speed that we have and just in a confident attitude that no matter what happens, we're going to get to the football. That's the thing we're going to have to do against SMU. They are great. They have the top quarterback in the conference, the top running back in the conference, a big physical line, receivers that can go all the way. They're a total offense. It'll be a great challenge, but we're looking forward to it.
You know, I did this game, Arkansas-Navy, a few weeks ago. And I'm going to tell you something, Jim. He's absolutely right. They have a quick defense, and they hustle. And the funny thing about this defense, we'll talk about it before, talk about it again. They take gaps. They don't line up on the men. They're tough.
Bobby Collins has a big team here. He had a great career at Southern Mississippi. Here at SMU, Bobby Collins has won 28, lost only 4, tied 1. He's got that big line against Arkansas's little line.
Arkansas's defensive line is the type that's given us some problems. They are very quick, very aggressive. They move their defensive line, stun them quite a bit. And it's going to be important that we're able to hat them up somewhat and to stay with them. I think that our offensive line is the type that has met the challenge throughout the year, and we like to run the football. So it's going to be, that will be a matchup in this ball game if our offensive line can somewhat contain or handle Arkansas's defensive line.
Bobby Collins, do we like to run the ball? With Dupart and Atkins back there, I guess you like to run the ball. And with that big offensive line, we'll see a lot of running.
You know, in Texas Stadium, there's a team called the Dallas Cowboys that also play here. And the Dallas Cowboys offensive line is smaller by many pounds on the average than the SMU offensive line, believe it or not. We'll come back and meet the players for both the Mustangs and the Razorbacks. Bobby Collins on your right, Ken Hatfield on your left. It's a matchup. Houston and Texas go on to win next week. Arkansas goes back to the Cotton Bowl. You don't turn around and become 7-2-1 with a team that doesn't have players that can play this game of football. And so now, let us meet those players from Arkansas. You heard about their rushing defense. It's the tops in the conference, but they've got a fair offense too. The Razorbacks have 2 outstanding quarterbacks, although both bothered with injuries. An arm bruise to Brad Taylor, a shoulder strain to Danny Nutt. Brad Taylor closing in on the all-time career passing record. He needs 37 more yards at Arkansas. And the total offense record, he could catch that too. He needs 127 more yards. But Danny Nutt, his backup, is the better passer. And in the Navy game, threw for 267 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 outstanding quarterbacks and an outstanding receiver.
James Shebest, 18.6 yards per catch, 5 touchdowns. He is an outstanding receiver. We're going to see it in the Navy game earlier this year that we did. Watch James Shebest. He'll come in, freeze the defense right there, and then he'll break it back to the outside. This is one of the reasons why James Shebest is averaging 18.6 yards per catch.
And don't forget, when you have that good offense, to have an even better defense is very good. Tony Cherico, a freshman, he is small, leads an outstanding defense. And we asked Cherico, you are small, but that is a great big offensive line of SMU. How are you going to play them?
The main thing we got to do is not get up high, stay low, and do what we were taught fundamentally is to stay low and to be explosive and be quick and try to stay off those big guys, because as you know, all year we faced teams that we've given 30 to 40 pounds away, and I think that we've done what the coaches have said, and fundamentally they've taught us, and we've just done that all year, and that's kept us alive. And by far, it's, you know, we're #1 in the conference right now against the run.
We asked cornerback Kevin Wyatt, would you rather play against a running team or a passing team?
Well, when you play SMU, you know it is a combination of both run and pass. I myself prefer playing a pass-oriented team because it gives myself a chance, also the other members of the secondary and the team, you know, to get interceptions and to play hard. But seeing how as SMU is also run-oriented, we'll have to prepare for that also.
Ken Hatfield of Arkansas has got to be blessed. They have 2 quarterbacks that can start in Taylor and Nutt. Most teams in college football, Jim, are lucky to have 1 good quarterback. They have 2.
You know, the folks from the Aloha Bowl are here to give the invitation to SMU tonight. But what if SMU should win tonight and never all the other contenders lose next week? They'd be going to the Cotton Bowl. Well, you got to believe it. SMU has outstanding men at the skill positions also. In quarterback Don King, a junior out of Dallas, SMU has a double threat. Not only does he lead the Southwest Conference in total offense, averaging better than 180 yards a game, he is #2 in the conference in throwing the ball. So with Don King, SMU can run the ball and throw the ball.
Well, this year, you know, we went into the spring saying, you know, that we was going to do more passing and just, you know, go into the game doing, you know, establishing our running game. Well, you know, to keep the defense off balance. And, you know, we have a good offensive line that have a lot of experience, and we have 2 good wideouts, and we have some excellent backup wideouts. And, you know, Jeff and Reggie, they're some good running backs. You know, we have a really just a well-balanced team.
Yeah, you have a well-balanced team. Jeff Atkins, one man, and this man here, Reggie Dupart, is your tailbacks. You do have great running, and when they have to key on the runners, it makes it easier to throw the football. Talking to Reggie Dupart yesterday, he was talking about his offensive line. He loves it. They average better than 272 pounds in the offensive line. Dupart not only runs the ball very well, but he's got excellent hands.
And when your 7 out of 9 wins, Anthony Beverly represents that good defense you've got to have to win those 7 games. But Arkansas has got 2 good running quarterbacks. We asked Beverly, how do you prepare for 2 quarterbacks?
Well, we look at these 2 quarterbacks, we know that, yeah, that's true, that both of them have the ability to pass and to run. Because if you can contain them on their pass, they might be able to squirt up inside and, you know, be able to run a couple of yards on us. We look at both of them, and if you get one out of the game, you have the other one that's just as effective as the first one. So we have to just bear down on our defense and do the little things right, and the big things will take care of themselves.
They say the toughest position to play in a 3-4 is the nose guard. Now, Jerry Ball is a fine nose guard. He makes this defense work. When you take a look at him today, he's 6'1", 257 pounds, and the man can move it.
Paul, on the one hand, Arkansas has got 2 fine quarterbacks. On the other hand, SMU's got 2 great tailbacks.
Oh, yeah, Atkins and Dupart. You know, you are blessed when you have 2 guys like that, because what doesn't make any difference which one's in the ball game, Jim. They complement each other so well.
A week ago, going to the game, we thought Auburn and Georgia had no chance to go to the Sugar Bowl. Auburn is still alive. Today, we thought no chance for SMU or Arkansas to go to the Cotton Bowl. Both are still alive, and Arkansas, if they win, will be in the driver's seat. But there's Peruna 4, the mascot of the SMU Mustangs, who have other ideas of what will happen tonight. We're moments away from the kickoff, and remember, the Cotton Bowl could be at stake. SMU hosts Arkansas. Tonight, they would be 6-2 and still have the chance to go on to the Cotton Bowl, and Arkansas, by winning, would have an outstanding chance to go on to the Cotton Bowl. SMU has won the toss and has elected to receive. There's Bobby Collins. He has not lost to Arkansas as head coach of SMU. Arkansas has not won this ball game in the last 4 years. They did tie it once. Last year up at Little Rock, SMU shut out Arkansas 17-0. That was their first shutout in 125 games. The likable Ken Hatfield, he is 7-2-1, surpassing what most thought he would do with his young Arkansas team in his very first year after Lou Holtz departed and went on up to the University of Minnesota. And now you see Greg Horn, who will do the kicking off for Arkansas. And back there you see Kobe Morrison, number 47, the deep man in the middle. And this ball game with a possible Cotton Bowl at stake is underway, and this is Kobe Morrison back in the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Morrison with a big hole gets out across the 25-yard line, where he is knocked down there by number 39, Eric Whitted. All right, offensively, Don King, number 2, your quarterback. Reggie Dupard, 21, your running back, along with Gary Hashaway, number 8, your fullback. Ron Morris, 23, your flanker. Jeff Jacobs, 14, your split end. Albert Reese, 88, your tight end. Roy Dunn and Dale Hallistray are your tackles. Andrew Campbell, the All-American. Mike Edson, the guards. And Chris Jackson at center. Now we see that Kobe Morrison stays in at fullback. And this is King running with the football, running all the way. Lost the ball, and Arkansas may have it. And getting up very quickly for Arkansas is Tony Cherico, the nose guard. Well, that ball was just up for grabs. King had a lot of room in front of him, and the ball went up for grabs.
He had the ball out in his hand, King, I think, and we're going to look at Cherico. Now, take a look at 64. He's going to move down the line of scrimmage. Watch King with the ball. The ball just got it in one hand. Instead of tucking the ball away, the ball just pops out of his hand. Doesn't hit anything. Cherico recovers the fumble. Arkansas ball. Here comes Cherico. Now, look, they're double teaming him here. He spins out to the outside. Watch, he sees the ball bounce of a defensive back or linebacker, Mark Lee, 22, and gets it.
And as we come back, Brad Taylor hands to his fullback, Marshall Foreman, 32, gets inside the 30-yard line. Bobby Joe Edmonds, 41, your left halfback. Sammy Van Dyke, 35, your right halfback. James Chabest, 25, your split end. Eddie White, 28, your tight end. Dale Williams and David McGee, the tackles. Ira Wells and Marcus Elliott, the guards, and Andy Upchurch at center. And it'll be second down at about 7 from the 30-yard line. Now we see James Luters has come in and is wide to the right as a wide receiver, replacing Shibest. And again, they give the ball to Marshall Foreman, and Foreman gets inside the 25-yard line. And on him was Tom Linebarger, number 97. Linebarger along the forward wall with him, Jerry Ball, 34, Joe Phillips, 91. Your linebackers, Ron Anderson, 22. T.D. Briggs, 54. Kit Case, 44. Anthony Beverly, he's the good one, 31. Roderick Jones, 1. Reggie Phillips, 5 at the corners. Keith Brooks, 13. Tim Green, 17 at the safeties. Ball was kicked off, returned to the 27-yard line by SMU, and Don King fumbled on the first play. Cherico got it. And now it is third down and short for Brad Taylor, and I don't believe he got it, but it could be. We'll wait for the officials, led by Frank Shepard, the referee, to mark the ball. Keith Brooks, the strong safety, made the stop.
He has to get almost to the 22-yard line for the first down. They're going to measure it. I don't think he has it.
Well, we said that's Frank Shepard, the referee. The umpire is Marvin Durenberger. Bob Jones is the head linesman. The line judge is Bobby Brooks. Mike Wetzel is the field judge. The back judge is Randy McAnally. Now let us see whether or not the Razorbacks get the first down, and if they do not, how they will play it. And boy, they did not by that much. No score, first quarter. Crowd of about 40,000 expected here at Texas Stadium. SMU, not a big school, about 7,000 undergraduates, and all those possibilities for the Cotton Bowl we gave you were passed on to us by Frank Jacomi, the commissioner of the Southwest Conference. Luther Franklin comes in as another tight end, and obviously Arkansas is going to go for it. But they've got 2 tight ends in White and Franklin, no wide receivers.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't agree with the call, because if you're this close, you put points on the board when you can. But
Carl Miller is also in as a running back, but as expected, Marshall Foreman carries the ball, and again, it all depends on where the head linesman marks the ball. SMU thinks they stop Marshall Foreman, led by Jerry Ball, the nose guard, number 34.
All right, let's look at Upchurch, Elliott, Wells. They're in the middle of that offensive line. There's Jerry Ball, number 34, the nose tackle. You got to remember now where the ball went. If they got it to the 22, and it looks like they have it at the 22.
Made it or not, Ball made it quite a play.
Yes, he did. He's blocked by Elliott, number 56, the guard, but Ball just gets away, gets back in. Look at the strength of Jerry Ball, number 34.
First down, Arkansas at the 22-yard line. 13-11 to go, first quarter. Bobby Collins, successful coach at Southern Miss, and now with his home field here at Texas Stadium. Luders comes out wide to the right. He was born in West Africa, now lives in Palm Springs, Arkansas. First down. Still no running plays, and there's Carl Miller carrying the ball inside the 30-yard line. And you can see T.D. Briggs, number 54, the initial tackler, along with 44, Kit Case, the other inside linebacker. That's a gain of about 3. Second down and 7. Mark the ball at the 18-yard line. Incredible how Auburn and Georgia, and now SMU and Arkansas, by the virtue of what happened in the afternoon of their games, turned their games each night, last Saturday night and tonight, into just
mass confusion.
Mass confusion and the big bowl at stake. And Foreman again, the ball carrier, and Foreman rams inside the 15-yard line. Now, Marshall Foreman, a distant cousin of George Foreman, is a sophomore out of Houston, Texas. He's very quick, and he's carried the ball more than anybody else in that Arkansas backfield. Tim Green, the free safety, number 17, had to make the stop. And you see Tom Linebarger replacing his shoe down at the 14-yard line. The fumble by King, the recovery by Jericho at the 33 has put Arkansas in early scoring position. And back comes James Shebest. 38 catches for 5 touchdowns. And he comes wide to the right. Third down. And about 2. Taylor, the quarterback. And I don't think he got it, Paul. I think that's Jerry Ball, number 34, getting up along with Linebarger, who did a good job on him.
Jerry Ball is all over the field, but let's take a look at Eddie White. Now he's the tight end, number 28. He is blocking on the linebacker on the outside. That's Beverly. He gets his man, but the man that comes across his ball, remember, he's playing nose tackle. Look at this movement down the line. He said to me, don't let him get to your legs. That's how you play nose tackle. He just did that. Did not let the center, I think it was the center Upchurch, get to his legs. Moves down the line of scrimmage and makes the play.
Jerry Ball was an all-state fullback in high school out of Beaumont, Texas, but when he came in about 257, they said, you're not a fullback. You're now playing defense.
It's going to be short.
Again, we've got almost the identical amount to go as we did on the last 4th down play.
Well, there's Ken Hatfield. He's talking over that. What do you want to do? Coach saying, we go for it? Okay, we're going to go for it.
Shebest will bring in the play.
No.
Nope, he's not going to send it in with him.
Franklin.
He's going to send in with Luther Franklin, his tight end. Well, the state of Texas was rocked today. Texas losing to Baylor, TCU losing to A&M. A&M gets Texas next week. That's where Paul and I will be. And Bobby Collins whooping it up for his SMU defense. They thought they stopped him before, but did not. And this time it is a first down again with Marshall Foreman carrying the ball again. He gets it nearly every time. Briggs led the tacklers, but it's a first down. And placed the ball about the 11-yard line.
Kit Case was in there, number 44. Looks like he's shaken up a little bit. All right, here comes Foreman over the top. That was Kit Case on the bottom, number 44 making the hit. But Foreman picks up the first down. Amazing, this drive. 2 4th down plays in a row. Ken Hatfield said, I want 3, I want 7.
They have gained 22 yards in 8 plays. But they still have a first down, and Brad Taylor is running the outfit. Taylor, and again Foreman, and you can see Kit Case up top, number 44, in on the stop. And down at the bottom, the man who helped make the play was Linebarger. Oh, it's second down. Give him a couple of yards. Move the ball inside the 10-yard line.
All right, let's just watch this hole close now. Here comes Foreman in, and here comes Kit Case, number 44. But there was a hit down the line. I couldn't see the number on it. It might have been Linebarger on the bottom that made the play.
You never know, but if Arkansas should score, their defense has only given up 1 touchdown in the last 17 quarters. So points are precious to get on the board or keep off the board, depending on which side you're on.
That was Foreman again, and Jim, he didn't go anywhere.
They run him all the time. He has almost, he's got over twice the amount of carries coming into tonight's game of any other back in the Arkansas backfield. Coming into the night, he was 169 carries, and the closest to him was Derek Thomas, who backs him up with 78 carries.
Jim, they're taking out the tight end, Eddie White, and now they're going with Luders and Shebest, the 2 wide receivers. here we may see some type of a rollout pattern.
It is third down and 6 to go. And time has been called Arkansas. 9:25 to go. It has all been played in SMU territory. First quarter, but still no score. The ball is at the 7-yard line. Third down and 6 to go. Shebest goes wide to the left. Jamie Luters comes to the right. And Taylor being pressured back, and is going to be thrown all the way back to the 29-yard line. Incredible. Ron Anderson, the linebacker on the left side, number 22 from Lebanon, outside of Lubbock, Texas, made the big play for SMU.
Well, Jim, you know, the quarterback here, Brad Taylor, you don't do this. Dump the ball. Do whatever you have to do, but don't try to run away from a strong linebacker like Ron Anderson, who's got excellent speed. Throw the ball away.
And now Ernie Villarreal will try a 46-yard field goal. 32 has been his longest this year from 46 yards out, and they come away with nothing. 2 first downs after getting a fumble at the 33-yard line, and Arkansas fails to score on the big play by Ron Anderson and the misjudgment by Brad Taylor, fading back, well, nearly 20 yards before he was tackled. No score. When we come back, SMU's got the ball with no damage. 4 yards after the fumble. Outbound King will go again with Reese in motion. He hands the ball off to Dupart. His tailback, who gets across the 30-yard line to about the 33-yard line, where the tackle is made there by Nick Miller, number 47, an inside linebacker. Mark Lee, 22, Gerald Jones, 76. Cherico, 64, the nose guard. He recovered the fumble. Beecham, 99, and 84, Raven Caldwell. Watch him along the forward wall. David Basil, 53. Miller made that tackle, 47, the inside linebackers. Kevin White, 7. Kevin Anderson, 2, the corners. Nathan Jones, 20. Greg Lasker, 3, the safeties. And King now pitching out to Dupart, and look out, he's got the first down across the 40-yard line. Across the 40-yard line goes Dupart, with Basil making the stop.
Jim, this is just great timing between King and Dupart. Now watching, here comes Dupart, a little fake to the left, they're going back. That ball is flipped out. Now watch his move. Now he sees the hole, gets a good block by Reese, number 88, who is the tight end. Dupart picks up the first down.
Again, remember that Arkansas is number 1 in the conference against the rush, and SMU outweighs them in the line about 40 pounds per man. King still with another bad pitch. And Dupart holds on to it at the 44-yard line. It is second down and 9.
Smart thing by Dupart that time. He knew that he had to get the ball first, and don't get fancy. Just hold on to the football. You see Dupart, he'll dive at the ball, hold on to the ball. Don't worry about picking up any yardage. You're only going to have second down. And here's the pitch. It's way outside. I told you he had good hands at the beginning. He's got good hands. Gets the football, and he still picked up a yard and a half.
Second down 9, and the Miracle Man, speedster Bobby Leach, is wide to the right. As Reese goes in motion and now stops on the right side as the tight end. King hasn't thrown yet. Doesn't look like he's going to throw now, and just does get back to the line of scrimmage. And that is about all. And there's Raven Caldwell, who made the stop, number 84. Caldwell, coming in tonight, had 10 tackles for losses, 5.5 sacks, recovered 4 fumbles, and broke up 7 passes. That's all conference play. But now it is third down and about 8 to go from the 44-yard line. No score, first quarter.
Just looking at Arkansas that time on second down and 8. One-on-one coverage, man-to-man on the outside.
Now 2 wide receivers to the left. Third and 8. King must throw here. Has the time and has the man and overshoots his man. Downfield, Ron Morris, number 23. And it's fourth down, and SMU has had a minimum of plays tonight. This is just their 5th offensive play of the night. They got to kick the ball away.
Now he does overthrow Morris, Ron Morris here. You see it downfield. Morris is open. All he has to do is get the ball to him. There's just no way, unless he was 6 feet 12, to get it.
Dodge Carter to kick the ball away. And a very good Bobby Joe Edmonds there to return the ball. He's got a lot of speed. And you're seeing some of that speed now. And look out, SMU. Dodge Carter's a man with the angle and knocks him down. The punter has to take down Bobby Joe Edmonds. And Arkansas gets the ball again in SMU territory.
I want to give credit here to the punter. Missed tackles along the line right here. They just do not touch Bobby Joe Edmonds. But watch what Dodge Carter does. As the punter, he's the last man. Now he's got to make him force himself to the inside. That's what he does. He gets a block. He's waiting for help from his other people. Good play by the punter.
Good play by Bobby Joe Edmonds. Ball is at the 42-yard line. And we now have Derek Thomas in as your fullback, and Sammy Van Dyke in as a halfback, and Taylor back to throw. Taylor in trouble again, gets the ball up for grabs, and over here is Shibes with the catch at the 22-yard line. First down, Arkansas.
Remember, this man averages 18.6 yards per catch, and that's Jimmy Shibes. But watch this by Brad Taylor. Here's where a wide receiver outruns the football. Taylor's being rushed. That's Kit Case, number 44. But watch Shibes outrun the football, grab it, gets both feet in bounds. You only have to have one. Just a super catch.
At the 22-yard line, the Razorbacks, should they win tonight and Houston and Texas win next week, they would go to the Cotton Bowl. And it is their schedule for Liberty Bowl. And there goes Derek Thomas getting inside the 20-yard line. And that is T.T. Briggs, number 54, who makes the stop at the 17. It is second down and 5. 5:45 and counting. First quarter, no score, but thus far it's been all Arkansas. Miscues by SMU. And a good punt return by Bobby Joe Edmonds. Ken Hatfield. Speaking of punt returns, as we said, he led the nation in punt returns for Arkansas in 1963 and 4. Carl Miller's come back in, but that is Thomas, the big fullback, being dragged back by J.T. Briggs and Kit Case, and down at the bottom, Jerry Ball. Bobby Collins' team still has a chance for the Cotton Bowl also. If you did not hear, Texas lost. Texas, Christian lost, and Houston won this afternoon in the Southwest.
Jim, look at 34, Jerry Ball. Watch this. He gets off the guard and makes the play. He's just an outstanding nose tackle. He's one of the best that I've seen in a long time.
Another third and short for Arkansas. They've had a few of these tonight. Looters is wide to the right. And they give the ball to Thomas. Nope, that's Brad Taylor hauling it back in. He does not get the first down. You can see Anthony Beverly 31 and Tim Green 17 over there, and Ron Anderson was also in on the play.
They'll be a yard short. Now what? We're in fourth down situation again.
We've been here before.
Yeah. This is the third time we've been in this situation.
Fourth down and short.
They're going to go again.
Remember, one time they made it. The second time, Brad Taylor was thrown way back, but the third time, I should say. They made it the first two. Brad Taylor was thrown back on the third time, and now for the fourth time, we've got fourth and short. Bobby Joe Edmonds checks back in. Thomas remains the fullback. Carl Miller, the other halfback. And that is Bobby Joe Edmonds, and he's got the first down to the 10-yard line. T.D. Briggs hanging on, but his first and goal to go, Arkansas.
One of the few times you see the backs carrying the ball for Arkansas, because the fullbacks, Thomas and Foreman, have been carrying it. Watch a little cross action. The fake to Thomas. Bobby Joe Edmonds back to this side. T.D. Briggs, 54, is in there, but they already have the first down. Now they're at the 10. Now we cannot get a first down, Jim. They have to score because they're at the 10.
T.D. Briggs is the leading tackler, and you can see why in the first, 10 minutes, 11 minutes of this ball game thus far. It is first and goal to go, Arkansas. Oh, they lost the football, and SMU may have it. May have it. Or did Thomas fall on it? He fell on it, and he'll get up. Oh, it is second down and goal to go from the 11.
Watch this, Jim. They hold up Thomas. Here's the handoff to him. They hold him up there right at the line of scrimmage. Now watch, when they're holding him up is when they're going to, again, Jerry Ball, 34, and then they strip the ball away, but he falls on top of it.
I tell you, you probably heard while Paul was talking a little booing because they marked the ball inside the 10, giving him the forward progress over the line of scrimmage, even though he wound up on the 11-yard line. It is still second and goal from inside the 10. Brad Taylor got time, looking to the end zone. Shibes, what a catch, touchdown. His sixth touchdown catch of the year. Roderick Jones, the man who was beaten, if you can call a great play like that, beaten.
Roderick Jones, I'll tell you, Shebest just turns him around. Had no idea where Shebest was going. He goes back to the outside. Brad Taylor is throwing to Shebest all the way. But watch now, Jones is not even that, he's not that close. On that replay, it looks like he is, but the ball was thrown so far out to the outside that Jones had no chance to get to it.
And now Villarreal adds the extra point. Arkansas very stingy in allowing points, and they've got 7 points of their own. They know what's at stake, the possibility of the Cotton Bowl, and so does SMU know what is at stake. But SMU thus far has not been able to move the football at all.
These two guys at the beginning of the show, Jim Shebest is so good. But here we see Brad Taylor now. He's going to play action pass, drop back. Now watch, he's looking for Shebest the entire time. Roderick Jones, number 1, is trying to cover Shebest. Just no contest. He turned him to the inside, broke back to the outside, and then Shebest makes a great catch. Here it is now. Here's the shot from the end zone. You see the play action fake right there, the Thomas, number 40. And Brad Taylor, again, only looking at Shebest, not looking at the outside on his left, just to his right. But watch where the ball's put. No chance for Jones.
Now Greg Horn will kick off. Bobby Morrison is the deep man. Last time Morrison returned to the 27-yard line. This time he's got a running start at the 5. He's already across the 20 and gets out to about the 26-yard line. Well, time is called here. 2:47 to go. And Taylor's throwing the ball very well, but Shebest hasn't had an easy catch to make tonight, and he's made all of them. Arkansas 7, SMU nothing. But he's a good one. He leads the Southwest Conference in total offense. Now he hands the ball off, and it looks like that is Jeff Atkins who is back in there now, and replacement for Dupont. And that's who it is. Atkins, the man who last week, or I should say last year, broke the freshman rushing record of Earl Campbell of Texas.
Jim, if I were King, when we're looking downfield on the pass to the overthrow to Morris, take a look at when your backs go through on the fake. The linebackers are dropping so far off, they're giving the backs about 8 yards.
Marcus Pleasant is wide to the left. Reese goes over to the right side. And here's Atkins again, being pursued, and that's a pretty good shoestring tackle by Nick Miller, number 47, but not until Atkins picks up the first down. Ball at the 37-yard line.
This is Andrew Campbell, number 67, the guard. The tackle's also done is pulling, but he goes to the outside. They make their block. All they have to do is cut down the linebacker, Mark Lee, number 22. They get him. Now you got to move to the outside. Miller is the inside, weak side linebacker. He makes a shoestring tackle, but first down.
Pleasant this time goes wide to the right, and David Abramson comes to the left. Adamson, rather. And here's King rolling out this way, and he's going to run for football. And can't get much. Gets across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. I think King thought he had more room to operate, and as it turns out, he does pick up about 5 yards, so that's not bad. So let's give him the 5 yards.
And when he ran that ball, when he got to the outside, Jim, his tight end, Albert Reese, number 88, he set up the block for Reese. Reese made the block, and that's what helped him get the 5 yards.
A reminder that next week, Texas A&M and Texas, Paul and I'll be down in Austin, 7:30 Eastern time. Texas still has a chance to go to the Cotton Bowl, but it's a glimmering after Baylor upset them today. 2nd and 5, and the up man takes it, and that's the fullback Hashaway. And Hashaway is very close to a first down. Tackle made in there by Eric Whitted, a freshman in at linebacker, number 39.
Andrew Campbell, 67. They say he is their best lineman. Watch, his job is to get out on Basil, number 53, the linebacker. He does that. You see Basil standing there. He can't make the play. And I think we have a first down.
He's got the first down. Andrew Campbell is an All-American. He's already made All-American very quick, and this is the 23rd game he's played in Texas Stadium. And only the Dallas Cowboys or any member of them can say that they played that many or more. No other collegian can say that. In the series, Arkansas has won 28, SMU 26, 5 ties. But remember, SMU has not lost in the last 4 meetings. They won 3 of them, shutting them out last year. There's been a tie. The Mustangs trying to get something going now. That's Ron Morris, the man in motion. And King pitches out to Atkins. Oh, good play over there by Kevin Wyatt. Kevin White, the cornerback, number 7, came up and made the play. By the way, Kevin White's father, when I got him, his father was John. Remember John White, pitcher, New York Yankees, Kansas City, Boston? Good pitcher. And this is a good young football player.
Yes, he is. But Kevin White, what they do is when they had Morris in motion, they release Morris to the safety. You see that, and you see the corner come up. That's good play by the defense. That's why they're number 1 against the rush. But when you release the receiver going downfield to the safety, the corner has the support, and he did it very well.
Jeff Jacobs is in and is wide to the left as Morris is in motion. And they give it a tailback, and the flag goes down. Quickly picked up by Andrew Campbell. I assume that was a flag as opposed to something out of his pocket. But I don't see the officials conferring, so it may have been something out of Andrew Campbell's belt because he quickly picked it up. I thought it was a flag, but obviously it was not. Jacobs going out.
Bobby Collins told us we're going to throw the ball more, which they have not done. Let's take a look. Look at the weight here. There's your difference. Whoa, almost 40 pounds.
Last play of the first quarter. King throws and has his tight end Reese. And Reese has the first down as the quarter ends. Well, SMU at the end of one quarter is trailing Arkansas by the score of 7-0. And on that pass to Alvin Reese, they do have a first down. They moved